I'm unstoppable, do the impossible. I'm irresponsible, yet I'm phenomenal. I got an arsenal, I'm dropping bombs, you know. No, I'm not stopping, no. Conquer the obstacle, to the top, here I go, think I'm...
Okay, you beautiful fandom, as y'all are used to by now, because I have yet to record at the home location in forever, but hopefully I'll solve that problem soon. I've got some new lights at the house, and yes, they are Christmas lights, because after Christmas, lights go on clearance, and I kind of got, you know, that's where I get my lights from, but, you know, hey, they're different kind of Christmas lights this time, so hopefully, here very, very soon, me and the wife can sit down, record something, and maybe I could sit down and record something. Hopefully it'll be Rwby, and all that good stuff. But welcome back to the back of the semi-truck, as y'all are used to hearing. And if you're new around here, welcome back to the back of the semi-truck. Well, new passengers. I was trying to think of something clever to say there, and it didn't come out clever, so... there we go. Welcome back to the back of the semi-truck. With that little flub out the way, Chapter 8, Volume 6. Here we go. They made it to Argus, or whatever the flip that name of that city is called. That's what it should be, because the name of the first, you know, episode of this season / volume was named Argus Limited or something like that. So yes, we are now in Argus, and I guess they gotta figure out how to get onto a military base, because, you know, hey, they asked Jean and Nora and Ren and them, and they said they kind of ran into some problems, so yeah, now it's up to Team Rwby to see if they can kind of sneak their way in there. So maybe the young heiress can actually get in there and figure something out. I don't know. So yeah, and with this tablet, I never get any spoilers with the first 15 seconds, because I always get the old lady here with the glasses as my thumbnail. So I don't get nothing else besides that. Every episode or chapter, whatever we want to call these things, every one of them has that thumbnail as the beginning, so I don't get screenshots or nothing like that. So I don't know why I threw that out there. I just figured I would. Other than that, you know what? I'll save that for the intro to the show and just run my mouth through the intro. So, I can't start the episode without actually having my headphones on, because then I won't be able to hear the intro. 3, 2, 1, and play. Okay, so we got, speaking of Christmas earlier, a Rwby new merch. Okay, Genlock, okay. I was making sure before I, you know, I thought I was about to have to pay attention. But since I haven't mentioned it in a while for anyone, I know I've mentioned it before, I use the premiere function here as a way of giving y'all a chance to have somewhere to talk about spoilers. If you can catch the premiere, sometimes I do them at random times. The previous 2 volumes, I had those premiere, for my time at least, at like noon and 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Sometimes, a lot of times, I'll do premieres at like 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. And that's Eastern time here in the US, for me at least. That's my time. I don't know where y'all are located, but, you know, I kind of have to gauge things a little bit on the time frame that I'm at. So, yeah, the live chat down in the premieres is where spoiler talk can go on. Now, I know some of y'all have said, you know, hey, you could always get a Discord and allow that to be for spoiler talk and stuff like that. I'll be real with y'all. I'm surprised I got enough time to sit back and watch as much as I do. But I definitely don't have time for a Discord and all that stuff. I mean, I barely have time for Twitter, Instagram. I don't even remember the last time I posted on Facebook. So a Discord, adding that to the mix would just be that much more. And I don't want to, I feel like with social medias, I already neglect those enough. And I feel like I would be very neglectful if I did have, you know, a Discord and I would never be on it and stuff like that. So, yeah, down there in the premiere section, the live chat of the premiere is where we always talk spoilers, or at least I don't, because I'm going to wait till I get fully caught up. Let's jump into it. Here we go.
Come on! You didn't even hear us out!
Our orders are clear. The Mistral Atlas border is closed. Please, have a good day. A good day!
Hey, if you don't
I don't know how I feel about
with
the guards there.
Ironwood.
Yeah, General
Are they robots?
Fine. But look, we have Weishni with us, and we're trying to get her home safely.
She don't want to go home. I seen that look.
Approach.
Huh. Whatever works. Come on. Ah, I swear they're robots.
Very well.
Then again, the British Guard,
With our commanding officer.
you know, they're pretty, you know, they know how to sit at attention and all that stuff. And I don't know what kind of attention this is, but
They were kind of...
Super weird? Yeah.
thank you, Ruby and Blake. I recognize it too.
Well, I may know this commanding officer.
That's good, isn't it?
Ah,
If she's
your
your friend,
cane
then maybe
is
she
kind
will
of half
help
of your
us.
old weapon, isn't it, y'all?
Exactly call us
That's pretty awesome.
Acquaintances?
Not quite.
Colleagues?
Former.
Enemies?
That's the one.
Wait,
What? Yes,
Oh
I
my
come here
goodness.
about once every 10 years to get my eyes checked up in Atlas. You bring outside cashews on one flight, and suddenly you're placed on the additional screening list for life.
You've got to be kidding me.
Oh gosh.
Now, let's not give up hope yet. Maybe she's dead.
Oh, I like her.
introducing Special Operative Caroline Cordovan.
Caroline Condovan. Huh. Okay. Well, short folk representation. There we go. Okay.
Chosen like a contraband to smuggle this time.
Okay.
Oh, Cordo. You know,
But hey,
every time
short folk
changes people,
representation. We
but
need it.
you've still
Thank
got
you,
that
Rooster Teeth.
stick right out.
As a short fella, I'm glad to see some short folk in there.
My name is Ruby Rose.
Cordova.
and I was wondering if
Okay,
you're
I think I
here
might
to-
have her.
I've already heard what your other little friends had to say. Miss Rose. What are you doing back here? I thought I told you to leave!
And I told you we wouldn't rest until you let us through!
Nice to see you again as well.
Oh, Ren, being level-headed.
Are clearly incapable of comprehending the importance of our mission here in Argus. So allow me to say this slowly with smaller words. This base, that relay tower, the very safety of Argus are all gifts from the glorious kingdom of Atlas. And it is my duty to uphold them as only I have the wit and tenacity
Odd
for
camera
such a
angle.
task.
Such wit, such tenacity.
And something weird about her,
Atlas just
too.
wanted to get you as far from the kingdom as possible.
You're just like the rest of these Argus
Wow.
ingrates. This city wouldn't even be here if it weren't for our Atlesian ancestors. And what do we get in return? The entire world is ready to put a knife to our throats.
Please, we know your kingdom had nothing to do with the fall of Beacon. We were
Okay.
there. No one's
I was about
happy
to
about
say,
the Atlas
interesting,
orders
yeah.
Or embargo. But I know General Ironwood is just worried. It's why we need to talk to
The general is no coward. Atlas is strong. If all the kingdoms plan to make us their enemy, then so be it. Atlas will prevail.
Atlas will prevail.
Do you guys seriously have to do that?
If Mishni has truly come to her senses and wishes to return to her family, then of course the Atlas military will escort her home. But the kingdom will not be responsible for her friends of
Everyone
questionable
else.
character.
Okay, so the military
What's that
knows
supposed to
about
mean? It
Mishni.
means we're done here.
Well, Weiss. She got me saying Mishni. But the military knows about Weiss
Your face looks like a
leaving
big
home.
boot.
Okay.
Way to show her, Nora.
Yeah, Nora.
I don't... Weiss, I told you we wouldn't leave your side for a second.
Hmm.
We'll find a way to Atlas. Together. So, where are we going now?
Yeah, what's the plan?
Oh gosh, they're looking towards
Plan?
Uncle Crow to be the leader.
Shut on our face 3 times over. I'm going for a drink.
Uncle Crow, I really think
Always
we
a
should
good
try
time
and
for a
come up
drink
with
for you,
something
right, Uncle Crow? Okay, the kids are looking towards you as a leader.
Something without him.
I'm with Nora. I like Crow, but don't, you know, he's in that state right now.
What is it?
John!
Everything we did was for nothing.
Well,
That's not
I was about to say that was
Really?
quite a punch, but let's
Sure
be
does
real,
sound
it's
like
just
it.
drywall.
If Salem can't be killed, then how are we supposed to win this?
So, is it time for Oz to come back?
Great plan, everyone.
It's not their
Look,
fault,
none
dude.
of this is great, we know. But we're not the bad guys here. Are we sure about that? What?
He's in your head, isn't he? Did you already know about this?
He didn't know any of it.
How much longer can we even trust him?
How do we even know it's really him? What if we've been talking to that liar this whole time?
What the heck, John? I get that you're upset, dude, but keep in mind, he is a kid. Dude. You know, back in the first volume, he started off so quirky and cool. I know he's went through a lot, but come on.
If we had some time to ourselves.
Maybe we could all use some space.
That's not your fault, dude. Are you finally calling your dad?
Come on, please.
Nope, Uncle Crow. You know, we don't get enough Ty in this.
You know, I came out here to avoid the yelling.
Sorry. The others went to get food for tonight.
Why not go with them?
I don't know. I don't know anything. What do I tell Jean and his team when we don't even have a plan? The Crow's out drinking, the husband hasn't come back, and even if he did, I don't know if I could trust him.
Well, you're the leader of
There's
Team
always Jim,
Rwby.
We only have one more question we could ask her. I feel like I'm letting everyone down.
Are you gonna ask Jen another
You know,
question?
You don't give yourself enough credit.
Oh, thanks.
That wasn't a compliment.
What?
Okay, what do you mean, old lady?
Explain it to you, it'll just defeat the purpose. But if you're tired of not knowing anything, how about we discuss those eyes of yours?
Oh, yes?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Please.
I would be honored.
Sit back down, for Pete's sake.
I'm sitting. Let's talk about it.
Let's start with what you do know. Tell me.
Silver-eyed people are supposed to be legendary warriors. Or something.
So you already knew this much, okay.
And at the Fall of Beacon, I turned a giant wyvern into stone.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I remember that, because I thought Kevin was back in the Grim Reaper episode last episode.
Yelling. It's not your fault. I had my father to teach.
But that was a flashback.
And even he didn't have all the answers. But what he told me makes sense, given what I've seen.
Was he a huntsman too?
It wasn't really an official title back in his day. I only knew him as an old soldier.
We're getting another flashback?
I never attended one of those fancy academies of yours. But I scored higher on the license exam than any other huntsman or huntress that day.
You must have been proud.
He would have scolded me for showing off.
It's okay to show off when you're that good, though.
Information about our abilities.
You got to be humble about it, though.
Warriors whose eyes shone like mirrors, reflecting the light of the world onto darkness.
Okay.
He found so little, in fact, that it made him cautious. How could such powerful bloodlines be so rare? Unless something was actively seeking to destroy them.
Salem.
So,
I tried to keep my powers a secret.
Rwby is now,
as you know, it wasn't enough.
Finding out that
I owe my life
Salem
to my
seeking
training
out
and my semblance.
Silver Eyes.
At the end of the day, those are still your most powerful tools.
What is your semblance?
Reflexes.
Oh, wow.
Came up with. Hard to
That is
explain,
actually
but
really
I can sense
good
everything
semblance.
better than most and react to attacks almost before they happen. Combine that with my training and secret ability to turn Grim to stone, or blind them, or vaporize them. And that's how you become the Grim Reaper.
So...
How do I laser beam monsters with my eyeballs?
Oh gosh, girl.
Like that.
Yeah, but come
I want
on.
you to think of all the times
She wants to become the Grim Reaper too.
What did those moments have in common?
I was scared and stressed. Is it emotional? Like unlocking a semblance?
It's emotional, but more
Okay.
focused than that.
Emotional, but yet focused.
What is it
Okay.
you wanted?
To protect the others.
I wanted to protect my friends.
I knew it.
Precisely. It is the desire to preserve life which fuels the light inside you.
Okay.
Make no mistake, it is light. Preservation is an extension of creation, or at the very least, an enemy of destruction. The creatures of Grimm were made by
An
the
enemy
God
of destruction.
darkness. But your light comes from
That's
his
interesting.
brother.
How do you know that?
I always knew how to use the light, but never why it only worked on the Grimm. Then Jin showed us her vision. Were you paying attention?
I was. But what'd she say? Ah.
The God of Light. His eyes. Okay, where do we start?
Well, not here. The light will only work in the presence of Grimm, meaning the only practice you'll get will be a trial by fire.
I like
But
that.
what you can do is focus on creating a state of mind that you can tap into when you need it. Don't think about your light as a means of destroying evil, but as a way to protect the people of Remnant.
But that can't be right. You said the light only reacts to Grimm, but I used it during our battle at Haven. It reacted to Cinder.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Perhaps
because
there
she's
was
part
something that you
Grimm.
just weren't seeing.
Rwby!
Yep. You just weren't seeing the Grimm
Guys,
on her arm. Could be this arm, yeah.
It's Oscar.
Oh, come on, Oscar, you left, dude. Oh, man. Oh. See, Jean's at fault this time. He overreacted when it came to Oscar. Granted, I understand emotions and stuff like that, but at the same time, you gotta keep emotions in check. And just to kind of... Oscar's what? I believe 15. Maybe 14, 15 years old. That's what I'm gonna go with for now, or at least in my head I'm gonna go with it. He's a pretty young kid, and by now, Jean's at least 19, possibly 20. He should kind of have enough, you know, self-control in himself to be able to hold back. But, you know, hey, whatever. That's just my opinion on it. I understand the emotions, and I'd probably get a little heated too, just learning that everything I ever believed about the world, you know, is just turned upside down, and the person that we are fighting is kind of an immortal being, but that immortal being is who she is because she jumped into that pool of darkness. Now, that pool of darkness didn't kill her like she was hoping. That pool of darkness did nothing but create a thirst for destruction. And that was my segue into what the old lady there said about the light being an enemy of the destruction. Now, that just keeps on fueling my little, theory that the, Rwby and possibly some other folks, I don't know if there's other Silver Eyes out there or not, but I know Rwby at least is going to play a pivotal role in defeating, Salem. Now, I don't know whether or not Salem's defeated by now, which it kind of would be redundant if you defeated Salem and everyone else is in Volume 8 and I'm in Volume 6, but I'm pretty sure she hasn't, or people would have let that slip so far. So, yeah, Rwby's going to be a very big key component in that, and that phrase right there, an enemy of destruction, is definitely something that really puts my theory, it ups it a little. Maybe Rwby by herself, after all her training, might be the person to defeat Salem by herself, or at least the darkness part of her, the grim part. Or maybe she'll have some help, I don't know. But somehow Rwby's going to be the one to defeat the darkness within Salem. So, just my theory, being, in the middle of Volume 6. I know there's a whole nother volume in between now and Volume 8. And there's a whole lot of speculation there that I still have to do. But, hey, it is what it is, and I agree that everyone did need a break and separate and kind of be by themselves and all that good stuff. And with everyone being by themselves, though, that made Oscar where he has enough time to think, and he went off on his own, and maybe he's possibly trying to think of a way to break into the military base and find General Ironwood and say, hey, I got this man inside my head who would know you, but he won't come out because he's a little upset that, everyone's upset with him. So maybe he's trying to do that. I don't quite know. That's just me thinking that he might be doing that. But yeah, those are my quick thoughts. I'm a little upset with Jean. Rwby's being cute and adorable as always. What I was thinking about the, the light that comes out of her eyes, I was really, from the last chapter and all that other stuff, I was thinking, you know what, maybe, maybe that's kind of the light of the world and the hope of the world coming out of her through her eyes. I don't know exactly. That is just kind of an oddball little thing, but, it's kind of the light of, so yeah. I get where they're going with it, so yeah. I feel like it's kind of getting darker in here, even though I got two bright lights up there. I don't know, that's just me. I feel like it is, but I know it ain't. So, I am getting off of here. And I am going to pass it on over to y'all. And hopefully I will be able to catch Volume 6, Chapter 9 at the house. I don't know. I'm going to try. I can't guarantee, but I will try, because I definitely want to get back to the house and just sit there and actually catch an episode of, Rwby, and just sit back and enjoy it at the house for a change, because I've been cooped up in this truck for far too long with y'all. I need a change of scenery, and y'all need a change of scenery as well. So, with that said, y'all know the drill by now. Hit the like, tickle to subscribe, don't be texting and driving, and as Mr. Rogers always says,
and I like you as you are, I do.